Hey kids, welcome to another episode of Sunday School to Go. I'm Pastor Katie and I'm from St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Verona, New York. But of course that's not where I am right now. I'm in my living room, which is a lovely, cozy place to read stories to you. So that's where I am. This is our only story really for the month of April 2022. But it's part of a much larger story. And this is a story, I'll tell you, it's the Easter story. It's the story of Jesus' resurrection. And that is itself part of a whole longer story about how Jesus rode into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, how he was killed, how he died on the cross, how he was buried, and then how he rose from the dead. So if you are interested in those other stories, I would go back actually on our YouTube channel. You can go back to last April or last spring, and you'll see there's a whole Holy Week part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can see we have stories telling the whole story from beginning to end, all those different parts. And today I'm just going to focus on the Easter part. I figured if you want to go back and watch the other parts, you can. But this year we're going to focus on, even if you did watch those other 5 parts last year or even more recently than that, the Easter story is so important. It's such an important part of our faith that I figured that's the one I'd read again for you today. But keep in mind that without all the other parts, we wouldn't even get to the resurrection part. So that's really important too. Okay, so this is, well, actually, I tend to think of this as the Jesus is Risen story, but in this book, which is the Family Story Bible by Ralph Milton, published by Westminster John Knox Press, and he calls this story Mary of Magdala Sees Jesus. So here we go. Mary of Magdala had been one of Jesus' friends. Mary didn't run away when the rulers killed Jesus. She and some of the other women disciples stayed near Jesus all the time that he hung on the cross. Mary wanted so much to help Jesus, but the soldiers wouldn't let her. Now Jesus was dead. Mary felt as if she had died too. Early on Sunday morning, on the 3rd day after Jesus had been killed, Mary went to the place where they had put Jesus' dead body. But when she got there, she saw that Jesus' body was gone. Mary was very upset. She ran to call some of Jesus' other disciples. They came running as fast as they could. They too saw that Jesus' dead body wasn't there anymore. Jesus' other friends didn't know what to do, so they went home. Mary stayed behind. She wanted to be by herself for a while. She wanted to have a good cry. Mary was very sad about all the things that had happened to Jesus. While she was crying, she looked into the place where they had put Jesus' body. She saw 2 angels. The angels asked her, "Why are you crying?" "They have taken Jesus away," said Mary, "and I don't know where they have put him." Then Mary turned around and she saw somebody standing there. She was still crying, and the tears in her eyes made it hard for her to see who it was. "Who are you looking for?" this person asked. "And why are you crying?" Mary cried even harder. "If you have taken Jesus away, please tell me where you have put him, and I will go and get him." "Mary," he said. As soon as she heard her name, she knew who it was. "Teacher," she shouted. She was so happy. Jesus had been dead, but now he was alive again. "Go and tell the other disciples," said Jesus. "Tell them that I am going to live with God." So Mary of Magdala went running just as fast as she could, running and jumping and shouting. because she was so happy. Jesus was alive again. The end. All right. So, what else do you say? That's like the most important story for the Jesus story and for our story too. We got lots of stuff in our activity bags here about Easter. So one story has many different activities. Let's see. Oh, and if you did not get one of these bags, please get in touch with us. Call the church office or email us, and we will do our best to get you a bag. Okay. Oh, this is kind of fun. It doesn't look like much from here, but there is an instruction sheet in here. And if you put it all together, it's a little wind-up doll for Jesus. And he goes like, it's a little, he is risen wind-up doll. Jesus is risen wind-up doll. Oh, hey, there's a little egg in here. And if you look on the egg, it says, he is risen. And a picture of the tomb, all those good things. Oh yes, there's the tomb right there. I have no idea what's in this, but presumably it's something good. All right, in here we have activity pages, all kinds of things, right? The usual coloring pages, maybe some mazes, yep, there's some mazes, and a word search. I don't know about you, I love a good word search. There is an Easter story wheel. We've had these for other stories sometimes before, where if you follow the directions and you can put it together, there's a circle that you cut out and you use this thing right here to kind of put them together, and you can rotate the wheel and it tells the story of Easter. Yeah. So you can color and cut and assemble that to tell the story. And then there's a little bonus thing in here. This is, if you assemble this, it's a prayer box, and it has 6 different prayer tokens that go in the box. And then it's something that you can use by yourself or you can use as a family. And it's called New Day, New Life Family Activity Devotions. And there's a whole big handout here with, different things to think about, different questions to talk about, and different prayers to say. So that's something that you can do all together as a family, and not just on Easter the day, but you could do that for Easter the season. Did you know that Easter is a season? At least in the church here, that Easter is not just one day, it's 50 days. So you could spread that out. There's at least 6 of them because there's 6 prayer tokens. So you can spread that out over the whole season of Easter. All right, anything else? No. We're out. That's it. That's all, but that's lots. That's plenty. So, I hope you have a lot of fun, kids. And as you're thinking about the story and doing those crafts, I hope you have a lovely, wonderful Easter, very joyous, and that you remember the joy not only of it being Easter and candy and all those good things, but even more importantly, remember the joy that Mary had, the joy about Jesus being alive again. Because that's really what Easter's all about. That's the most important part of this special holiday and this season. So enjoy all those crafts and have fun, kids. And we will see you next time for Sunday School to Go. Bye.